And we have regional managers for emergency management that are on the ground right now working with folks to make sure that no services are interrupted and we begin the rebuilding process immediately.
Now, the governor says that he is going to be on the ground tomorrow morning in Milton in Trimble County to survey all of the damage.
Certainly a very active weather evening. For all the latest, we get a check on that forecast now with our chief meteorologist, T.G. Shuck.
Yeah, Weather Service still working on that survey. It's problematic because, it was jumping on either side of the river, and you also have two different Weather Service offices because the Louisville office covers Trimble County and Wilmington, Ohio covers Gallatin and Carroll County. So they're working together, but preliminarily, as we said yesterday, EF1, EF2 damage between 110 and 120 mile per hour winds. And of course, a lot of that damage video bearing that out. We had that strong line of storms into the early hours, not many problems out of it. Now the boundary is down to our south, so Viper radar showing, again, some pockets of moderate, even occasionally heavy rain. Just not a fun drive at all through Leslie County and then over to Perry County Hazard along the Daniel Boone Parkway. Also have a few spotty showers, Laurel Lake, close to Corbin. And this is right on the nose of that boundary. We've got some lingering drizzle. You can really see that here with the visible satellite starting to break the clouds up a bit across southern Indiana. I think that happens a little bit later on during the overnight. So the bulk of what we had was during the early hours. It's just been kind of a dreary day with the low cloud deck. I mean, the deck only about 400 or 500 feet above ground. So those low clouds making for, again, kind of a dreary day. You see the overcast conditions downtown Somerset. They're at Public Square. Now it's 66 there. The boundary is through, but it's taking a little while for the cooler air to trickle in. The farther north you go, it is cooler. Now the Mesonet site, of course, with the drizzle, that's what's making everything, the visibility down there, and it's 51. So we're really beginning to cool things down, especially across the northern half of the state. You see the low to mid 50s, meanwhile mid to upper 60s. So quite a gradient across the viewing area. And yes, 25 to nearly 30 degrees colder than this time last evening. You see a bit of a cool down, no big push of chilly air. You'll feel it in the morning, 40-ish, but we got a nice Saturday on tap with some sunshine and back into the low 60s. More on that in your 7-day coming up.
ABC 36 Solid Blue sports coverage of the SEC Tournament, live from Nashville, is brought to you by Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life.
Well, the UK men's basketball team in Nashville getting ready for tip-off in their first game of the SEC Tournament later tonight.
Lots of excitement. The Cats taking on Texas A&M at the Bridgestone Arena, and that is where we find our ABC 36 sports director, Jeff McCorrow, and sports reporter, Hallie DeVore, live now in Nashville. Both of you working hard tonight. What a big night.
Well, it really is, and we are at what's called the Party in the Park, and as you can see over our shoulder is the stage where they've had live music all day. The game going on right now, the number 2 game, which is South Carolina and Auburn. Auburn winning big, and so people are out here just enjoying themselves right next to SEC Fanfare, next to the building. But big day, the big news out of Nashville.
That's not the big game today.
The big news out of Nashville is the number 1 team in the SEC Tournament. The Tennessee Volunteers have lost today. Unbelievably, Mississippi State just waxed them by 17. So Kentucky's biggest foe is out. That has only energized the crowd that has been here from Big Blue, right?
Exactly. I've been out here all morning. There was an alumni party. Fans have been out on Broadway eating and drinking all day long. And you could hear when Tennessee lost that game if you were standing on Broadway. So that definitely put a little bit of oomph in these fans. And it'll be a lot of fun tonight.
So maybe that is a wake-up call for the Wildcats, because as we heard earlier, Coach Cal said the first game is the toughest. They've been off for a couple of days. They got here yesterday. They practiced yesterday here. They're ready. We hope. We shall see. Coming up at 6, we will hear from some of the guys. And coming up a little later in the show, we'll actually hear from Texas A&M what they think of Kentucky after beating them earlier this year. So keep our fingers crossed. Big Blue has invaded Nashville, and we'll have more coming up in sports, guys.
Well, here in Lexington, Councilmember Tana Fogel appearing in Fayette County District Court today for an arraignment following her arrest earlier this week. Sydney St. Clair joins us telling us about her plea and what she and her lawyer had to say.
Councilmember Fogel entered a plea of not guilty in district court earlier today after being arrested on Sunday. After her arraignment, Fogel's attorney Daniel Whitley spoke about their strategy going forward.
I think that we predicted potentially the case would be dismissed. Unfortunately, it wasn't. We just look forward to presenting her case in front of the tribunal and the jury system, and we'll have confidence we'll end up getting her found not guilty.
Fogel allegedly got into a disagreement with store employees Sunday at an AT&T store on Richmond Road. In an interview earlier this week, Councilmember Fogel told ABC 36 that someone had committed fraud against her and ordered multiple iPhones.
So I thought, well, maybe if I just go in person, then they will help me at the store.
Something her attorney says he believes anyone would do.
I think that anybody in this situation definitely dealing with the phone companies and the bureaucracy and hard to get a hold of a live person. When you're facing a charge of fraud, and you're having someone fraudulently charge a bunch of things in your account, I think any citizen will go to the actual local business to figure out what's going on.
A little while later, the police were called, Fogel thinking they were there to file a fraud report. However, according to her arrest citation, the arresting officer told her multiple times she needed to leave, and eventually, the citation says, he placed his hand on her to escort her out, at which time she removed his hand. The officer says he told her she was under arrest, and Fogel said she was not. Fogel says she was being compliant, and once outside the door, she was arrested. She's being charged with third-degree criminal trespassing, menacing, and resisting arrest. ABC 36 News filed a request with Lexington Police for the body camera video of the arrest. Councilmember Fogel is set to appear in court again on April 16th at 10 a.m. In Lexington, Sydney St. Clair, ABC 36 News Now.
Well, in Georgia, Fani Willis is allowed to remain as the prosecutor in former President Donald Trump's election interference case after the resignation of fellow prosecutor Nathan Wade today. Now, Willis's future was in doubt after Trump's legal team accused her of benefiting financially from hiring Wade for the case. Willis denying the allegation. As ABC's Perry Russum reports, a judge ruling today if Wade did not resign, Willis and her entire team would have to step aside.
The prosecutor in Donald Trump's election interference case in Georgia, Fani Willis, is staying on the case after Nathan Wade, her fellow prosecutor, resigned. In Wade's resignation letter to Willis, he writes he's leaving the case in the interest of democracy. In a letter back to Wade, Willis thanks him for his patriotism, courage, and dedication to justice. Trump's team accused Willis of creating a conflict of interest when she hired Wade, who she was romantically involved with at some point. Trump's lawyers argued Willis benefited financially by hiring Wade. Willis denied that allegation.
It is a lie. Well, it's highly offensive when someone lies on you, and it's highly offensive when they try to implicate that you slept with somebody the first day you met with them.
Today, Judge Scott McAfee ruling while Willis showed a tremendous lapse in judgment. He finds the allegations and evidence legally insufficient to support a finding of an actual conflict of interest. McAfee later noting the appearance of impropriety remains. The judge ruling if Wade did not resign, Willis and her entire team would have to step aside. Judge McAfee had harsh words for Willis in his order this morning, writing she showed unprofessional manner, alluding to her simply making bad choices, even repeatedly.
The language is fairly scathing towards the district attorney. Typically don't see language like that in opinions.
In a statement after the ruling, Trump's lead defense attorney writes they will use all legal options available as they continue to end this case.
And they can ask a higher court to evaluate this case and take the judge's ultimate finding of an appearance of conflict and say that should have been the ruling, take his understanding of what the evidence was and come to a different conclusion. And that could create a further delay.
Trump has pleaded not guilty in the election interference case. If his lawyers appeal today's ruling, that could push any trial start date even further down the calendar, getting even closer to the election. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Well, a popular restaurant in Lexington is getting ready for a big move.
And the UK Wildcats preparing for its big matchup against Texas A&M. Our sports team, as you see there, live in Nashville for the big tournament. But first,
well, that frontal boundary moving out, slightly cooler air moving in, pretty dreary out there, low clouds, a bit of drizzle. That'll be the case this evening, but heading into the weekend actually looks pretty decent. Your 7-day forecast is coming out.
Tonight, there's a killer on the loose.
It was terrifying for all of us.
These girls, they just happened to cross the path of a serial killer.
Highway Hunter. You have said you could feel the evil in the room.
The new 2020 tonight on ABC.
Feels good to be home.
Ashley's anniversary sale is going on now. We're celebrating 79 years with exclusive deals on hot buys starting at just $3.99. Or get low monthly payments with 0% interest for 7 years. Shop your local Ashley store today.
Dude, have you seen this new video?
That's good.
Being forced to watch a 10-minute video is hard. Hiring Morgan & Morgan for your injury is easy.
Oh, it's the wrong video.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, is easy.
Get your ticket, because you never know when you'll hit.
Liquor Barn is the destination for all of life's special moments. Come on, I'll show you. So who's the lucky guy?
My man right here.
We have all the best bourbon, including the kind that will impress her dad. And these are for you guys. Hey, lovebirds. Date night?
Netflix and chill?
We're staying in tonight.
May I suggest a wine?
I was thinking this one.
Tailgate time?
Yes.
These ready-to-drink cocktails are a game day favorite. And if you're in a rush, no problem. We'll deliver right to your door.
Feels good to be home.
Ashley's anniversary sale is going on now. This week only, when you buy more, you save more with up to $1,000 off your purchase. Or finance your new furniture with a low monthly payment and 0% interest for 7 years. Shop your local Ashley store today.
Next ET, our Rita Moreno exclusive.
I got teary.
Her triumphant return to the Oscar stage, plus what the legend has never revealed until now.
It's embarrassing.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on ABC 36.
Chief Meteorologist T.G. Shuck joining us. You know, one thing that you don't see is on severe weather nights behind the scenes. T.G., you were here till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning monitoring all of this. A lot of people saying a big thank you to you today for making sure that we're all safe.
Comes with the territory, you know.
It does.
We're heading into that time of the year where we get our severe weather season in the spring ramped up, and luckily, a lot of it lessened in intensity as it moved across central and eastern Kentucky. This is in Breckinridge County, which is just off to the southwest of Louisville. We had tornado warnings in Breckinridge, Meade, and over into Hardin County. Those were the only tornado warnings we had here in the Commonwealth. Just severe thunderstorm warnings, gusty winds, a lot of lightning, as you well know, along with some pretty torrential rain. Now, Viper radar is showing still some light to moderate showers across southern southeast Kentucky, just right on the nose of that boundary, running right along the Hal Rogers Parkway, out of Hazard, running into Hyden to Leslie County. Just always kind of a challenging drive, that part of the Hal Rogers Parkway, and it's kind of exacerbated, I guess, with the ongoing rain. Running between, say, exit 29 there in Corbin up 38, just south of London, got a decent shower there. Low-level cloud deck really with it, so we have the cloud deck only about 400 or 500 feet off the ground. We've got some drizzle, so light it is not being shown on radar, and we have quite the gradient, even though the boundary is kind of checked up across southeastern Kentucky and beginning to move out, that cooler air filtering in. You can kind of see the mist in the air out at the Kentucky Horse Park. We're at 52, got a north to northwest wind at around 5 to 10. That'll continue to be the case up on the hilltop there in Hindman. Notice still into the low 60s. And as we look at temperatures across the area, there's your gradient, upper 40s, low to mid 50s, I-64 corridor, and farther south, still into the mid to upper 60s. And look at the difference in temperatures across the board compared to 24 hours ago. Back to the northwest, we don't have any big push of colder air. Yeah, it's going to be chilly tomorrow morning, right around 40 or so, but we've got high pressure, which will build in, and that's going to mean some sunshine, and we're looking at a fairly nice Saturday. So the drizzle hangs around this evening, and then we begin to clear it out. I think we'll mainly be around 40 either side of it, depending on location. And tomorrow afternoon, we may see a few high, thin clouds drifting in, but otherwise, we are in good shape. Now, jumping ahead to Sunday, the first of two little boundaries, one dropping through. What that will do more than anything is provide a little bit of scattered cloudiness and maybe knock our temperatures down, say, into the mid to upper 50s. But that much advertised secondary wave really pushing in the northwest flow and a chilly air mass, ironically, as we wrap up the winter season. That's going to mean a few rain showers, possibly mixed with a flake or two of snow as we only see the low 40s. But then we do begin to climb the ladder as we wrap up spring late on Tuesday. It arrives on a decent note, although we will see, I think, a few scattered showers back in the mix toward the latter part of next week. So evening drizzle, then slow clearing, 40 in the morning, 64 for the afternoon high. So looking good in that regard. Decent weekend. St. Patrick's Day should be dry, albeit a bit cooler. And then there's your rain and even a few snow shower chances. But look at how we climb back to the upper 50s on Wednesday as the rain chances increase next Thursday and Friday.
All right, thank you, TG. Let's get a check on your ABC 36 live traffic report. This time we're going to take you out to Man of War and Alumni Drive. As you can see, not a whole lot going on there, just some slight end of the workday congestion there, but you can see how slick those roadways are. Only thing we're tracking right now is one crash on Alumni Drive prior to Man of War Boulevard. Can't really see it in these 4 shots that we have here. But again, want to exercise caution on those slick roadways and be safe getting home on this Friday evening. We'll be back with more news coming up right after this.
Don't talk to the insurance company without a lawyer. Don't have any conversations with anybody on either side without a lawyer. As soon as an accident happens, the insurance company is more interested in assessing fault in a way that means they don't have to pay than taking care of you. The insurance piece is too complicated for anybody to handle on their own, especially when they are injured as well.
At Golden Law Office, we know the inside of the insurance business. Let us help you.
At Grace Lanier, you can count on high-quality service every time. With our accurate knowledge and commitment to clients, you can expect solutions that work. Offering a full range of services from air conditioning service and repair, installation, to mini split systems and indoor air quality service. Join our satisfied customers who trust Graceland for all their HVAC needs. We uphold a standard of integrity bound by fairness, honesty, and personal responsibility. Grace Lanier with our trusted partner York. Give us a call or check out our website today.
Why always the couch? Does he need to go to puppy school? Get his little puppy diploma? How much have I been spending on this little guy?
When your questions about life turn into questions about money, there's Erica, the virtual financial assistant to help you spend, save, and plan smarter. Only from Bank of America. What would you like the power to do?
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota. Wow.
Yeah.
I love it. Woo!
Whoa.
Oh, hey. Hey.
What are we, Steve?
Winners.
I love you.
Get a new 24 RAV4 or electrified RAV4 hybrid with 4.75 APR financing, or lease a gas-powered RAV4 for $299 a month with 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Name a place you'd be shocked to see a man bring his inflatable dog.
Funeral, Steve.
Hey, dog, who you taking to Uncle Earl?
Family Feud, weekdays on ABC 36.
Well, here in Lexington, a big move for a popular restaurant. Tally Ho says it's relocating. The restaurant's new location will be on Foreman Avenue, the former location of Bad Wolf Burgers. The big move is expected to happen later this year.
Well, search is on in Lexington for the owner of an exotic bird found in the Lansdowne area. Animal care and control workers say they found this pineapple green conure last night after what they're calling a bird-brained adventure. Crews say anyone missing their exotic bird should contact the shelter's Animal Services Department.
And it is match day for University of Kentucky medical students here in Lexington. Today, during an envelope ceremony, 122 graduating students at UK College of Medicine found out exactly where they'll be taking their medical degrees for their residency program as new doctors.
I have been anxious since Monday, since finding out that we've matched, but that was the biggest part of it. Knowing that I'm going somewhere, that I have a job somewhere is very exciting, but leading up to it from Monday to now has been anxiety.
Now, UK says match day ceremonies are a medical school tradition. They take place at noon on the same day every year at medical schools across the country. I come from a medical family, huge day, so congratulations to all of them today.
All right, well, Sports Director Jeff Piecoro joining us now live from Nashville.
Jeff, what is on deck in sports besides you having way too much fun out there?
I'll tell you what, guys. Well, we are getting closer and closer, and it's Big Blue all over Nashville now. And when we come back, we're actually going to hear from a couple of Texas A&M Aggies as they talk about what they need to do to beat Kentucky for the second time this year. Stay with us. Sports is coming up.
Maintaining a perfect lawn is not for the weak. Your reputation, nay, your family name is on the line. So here's to those who put in the early mornings, to those who prepare in the off-season, and those who consider it a downright sport. We salute you. So trim with precision, stripe with abandon, because it's your day. It's Mow Day.
Are you new to Medicare? Have you recently moved or lost your coverage? Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here to make sure you get the right plan. Call us at 833-808-1530 for a one-on-one Medicare Advantage plan review. We'll help you compare options to make the most of your budget. How? We take all the time you need to answer all your questions, like, is my doctor in network? Or is my pharmacy included? And there's no pressure to sign up. Why? Because we understand Medicare can be confusing, and we know how important it is to get it right. That's why we're here to help. Call us at 833-808-1530 to learn about plans with the wide network of doctors, hospitals, and pharmacies from the brand you trust. At the end of the day, you'll know you've got the right plan. Never go it alone. That's our anthem.
Your tax refund gets you more at Furniture World Superstore. The furniture you need at a price you want. Thousands of items in stock, plus interest-free financing for up to 2 years. Use your tax refund and get more at Furniture World Superstore.
Only at Vanguard, you're more than just an investor. You're an owner. That means your priorities are ours, too. Our retirement tools and advice can help you leave a legacy for the ones you love. That's the value of ownership.
It's replacement window season. Do you have ugly, hard-to-open, drafty windows? Now is the best time to buy new Champion windows, because when you buy 2, you get 2 free. Buy 2 Champion windows, get 2 free? I guess that means if you buy 4, you get 4 free. Buy 6, get 6 free. Buy 10, get 10 free.
Hurry, Champion's Buy 2, Get 2 free sale is for a limited time.
Great job, everybody. Thanks.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you.
ABC 36 Solid Blue sports coverage of the SEC Tournament, live from Nashville, is brought to you by Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Nashville. Jeff Piecoro and Hallie DeVore. We are about 90 minutes away from tip-off. Kentucky and Texas A&M. So, Texas A&M has already beaten Kentucky once this year, 97-92 back in January. This is a different team. And Tennessee losing today to Mississippi State, the #1 seed. Hopefully, that's a wake-up call for the Cats. As Cal says, first game is always the toughest. Tennessee just sleepwalked through that game and got blown out by Mississippi State. I hope that's not the case with Kentucky.
Yeah, and you're right. The key is that this is a completely different team. The last time these two teams played, they didn't have Big Z. They didn't have Adu Thiero. And Kentucky's defense was still building. They were struggling a lot, especially as far as rebounding, especially on the offensive rebounds. And that's where the Aggies, they really thrive. They're one of the best rebounding teams in the country. Last night, they out-rebounded Ole Miss by 28, and they had 23 offensive rebounds. So Kentucky really going to need to crash those boards tonight. But the Aggies, they do know that this is a completely different Kentucky team, but what they're going to try to take advantage of is that building defense.
Little boy's fast. That's the best way to put it. I mean, they're all athletic, fast, strong, and they all love basketball from what I can see. And they have a lot of NBA talent. They're an NBA team coached by, John Calipari. So it's going to be a fun game to play in. You dream of playing like that. You know, where I'm from, I know people are going to be like, we playing Kentucky on SEC tournament. Like, it's a dream come true, and it's going to be a really good game for us.
We got to make it ugly so it could go the our way. We know Kentucky, they're an amazing offensive team, kind of still finding themselves defensively, so we're going to try to take advantage of that part.
So talking to those players after the game last night, they were worried about Kentucky's speed and Kentucky being whole, as you were talking about. Kentucky was minus a couple players that first time. Not the case tonight. Kentucky's on a roll. They've won 5 straight games. A&M has won 4 straight games. So it is going to be a fun matchup.
I do want to add that Kentucky, they definitely feel like they have the home court advantage.
Oh.
We've seen so many more Kentucky fans than we have Aggie fans here, as Big Blue Nation tends to travel really well. So I have a feeling it's going to feel a little bit like a home game back in Rupp Arena tonight.
That's right. So for Hallie DeVore, I'm Jeff Pecora. We'll have more coming up at 6 o'clock, guys.
Amazing. Sounds great. We'll see you guys soon. Well, in entertainment, new films arriving in theaters this weekend, plus the latest celebrity birthdays.
ABC's Jason Nathanson has that and more in tonight's Hollywood Wrap.
Do you ever think about the children and what happened to them?
The new film One Life is all about the power of what one person can do when they're determined to save others. It tells the true story of Nicholas Winton, a man from London in the 1930s who helped save hundreds of mostly Jewish children from the Nazis. Helena Bonham Carter plays Winton's mother in the film, and she tells me the movie shows that you don't need extraordinary power or wealth to make a difference.
Actually, this man was a stockbroker. He was a sort of ordinary, as they say, I think in the film, an army of ordinary people. You can achieve a lot if you set your mind to it.
One Life debuts in theaters this weekend.
Think you found your new partner in suffering, Michael?
Yeah, he's the king. I think we should call him Arthur. Arthur the King.
Also new at the box office this weekend, Mark Wahlberg's dog tale Arthur the King should make the most money of the new releases, but it likely won't be nearly enough to knock Kung Fu Panda 4 out of the top spot. And look for Dune Part 2 to continue its box office run in second place.
What happened?
The president's been shot. The assassination of President Abraham Lincoln gets the miniseries treatment in the new show Manhunt, which focuses on the hunt for Lincoln's killer, John Wilkes Booth. Hamish Linklater plays Lincoln, and he says he had no idea about the details of who Booth was.
I just knew, there was this disgruntled actor who had killed the president. I didn't realize that it was like Leonardo DiCaprio's brother killed the president. I mean, it was the biggest celebrity of his time.
The first 2 episodes of Manhunt are out today on Apple TV+. And actress and producer Eva Longoria with an Ides of March birthday today. She's 49. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Definitely seen that dog movie. Well, in celebration of St. Patrick's Day this weekend, you can get a free donut just by wearing green. That's all you got to do. Krispy Kreme says it will give a free original donut with a green glaze to any customer wearing the color. The deal is good for both Saturday and Sunday. Not every day you get a green donut.
Yeah. By the way, where's your green? We're cutting it close to St. Patrick's Day.
We just went with purple today. But for those that are colorblind, this probably looks green to you, huh?
All right, still a lot more to get to coming up on ABC 36 at 5:30.
Including the latest on the impact for traffic for sports and St. Patrick's Day celebrations in downtown Lexington. Stay close.
I think this is my favorite. Okay. Hun, what do you think of this one?
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,000 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Watch me. Watch me work with precision people skills, dedicated to serve with a patriot's will. Some said my condition gave me no shot, but an extraordinary place helped me fear not. Duty and honor, that's where I stand. A proud soldier's code, thanks to a skilled surgeon's hand. Watch me. Life-changing orthopedic procedures at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
Liquor Barn is the destination for all of life's special moments. Come on, I'll show you. So who's the lucky guy? My man right here. We have all the best bourbon, including the kind that will impress her dad. And these are for you guys. Hey, lovebirds. Date night?
Netflix and chill?
We're staying in tonight. May I suggest a wine?
I was thinking this one.
Tailgate time?
Yes.
These ready-to-drink cocktails are a game day favorite. And if you're in a rush, no problem. We'll deliver right to your door.
Brakes for less. If you have the squeal, we have the deal. All 4 wheels for just $239. Why do customers choose us? Our fast in and out service. Our upfront approach. We only fix what your vehicle needs. Our premium parts. You won't find a better value for your money. It's simple. All we do are brakes. Don't forget, get us your keys by 4:30 and your brakes are done today. Brakes for less with 2 locations in Lexington. Nicholasville Road next to Chewy's and the corner of West New Circle and Broadway.
My name is Oswaldo Sanchez. I was stopped at the traffic light and suddenly I heard a bump in my back of my car. I remember in a commercial that it was pound 529 and I got in touch with Morgan office. It's very easy to communicate on the phone, email, or a text message. It's so easy that even my grandson can do it.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota. Imagine all the slopes you'll conquer.
Sick.
Imagine all the sights you'll see.
Wow.
Whoa! Okay, how about you imagine dropping me off?
Imagine yourself in the legendary 4Runner with the best resale value in its class. Lease this new 24 4Runner now for $439 a month with 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
So what do you think about these?
We're going to take everything
From
out.
design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,000 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Now at 5:30, destructive tornadoes here in Kentucky and across the country.
And from sports to St. Patrick's Day, a busy weekend for downtown traffic. The news at 5:30 starts right now.
You're watching ABC 36 News at 5:30 with Paxton Boyd, Farron Foster, Chief Meteorologist T.G. Shuck.
Good evening. We're glad you're with us tonight. I'm Farron Foster.
And I'm Paxton Boyd. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And our top story at 5:30, the death toll could rise as emergency crews assess damage and search for survivors following a wave of tornadoes all across the country, including here in Kentucky.
Now, there weren't any deaths reported here in Kentucky, thank God, but from the storms, as Laura Aguirre explains, though, at least 3 deaths have been confirmed in Ohio.
This is one of several tornadoes reported to have ripped across the Midwest overnight, part of a devastating storm system that stretched from Texas to Pennsylvania, hitting states like Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky the hardest.
I can best describe it as a bomb going off.
Incredible destruction in places like Ohio's Logan County, where multiple deaths were confirmed along with dozens of injuries. Aerial surveys Friday revealing the aftermath.
Unbelievable damage. I can't describe it any more than just like an explosion.
There's one coming right at us.
In Indiana, additional search and rescue teams arrived Friday morning, searching collapsed structures that multiple twisters left behind, looking for survivors, and prepared to recover any victims.
The wrath of this really begins today when people realize the magnitude of the destruction of their homes and of their livelihoods.
Along with tornadoes, huge, powerful hail rained over some areas.
You couldn't even see outside, and you could just hear the boom. I could feel the glass hitting me, and I'm still shaking.
Many had nowhere to escape the falling rocks of ice.
So I crawled in the back seat with my daughter, and I was covering her up with one of her little jackets.
The threat of more tornadoes, hail, and heavy rainfall is moving east, targeting the southeastern and Gulf regions through Saturday. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
All right, checking in now with our chief meteorologist, T.G. Shuck. Very active weather night, especially on that drive home for a lot of us who were working late last night, T.G.
Yeah, well, the good news is, as expected, that line weakened out. Yeah, we had a few severe thunderstorm warnings, but obviously compared to what happened up north, we escaped unscathed. The Weather Service has wrapped up their site survey up toward Madison and over to Milton, and it's going down as an EF2. Max winds at about 115 miles per hour, is on the ground for 17 miles. I think by Monday, we'll be able to plot that out just to kind of give you an idea. Now, the front is kind of hung up across southern Kentucky, and you see still some light to moderate showers. Haven't had any thunderstorms, even though temperatures have been hanging into the mid to even upper 60s down toward Corbin, also Barberville. A light shower on the other side of the front with the north to northwest flow. We got a lot of low clouds, little mist, some drizzle. That clearing line still back to the northwest. So if you're going to be out and about this evening, especially here in the Bluegrass, it's just enough to make things wet and, of course, get the windshield wipers going if you're out driving with the drizzle expected to continue. Kind of see some of that low cloudiness, at least across parts of southern Kentucky there around Lake Cumberland, farther north, the Kentucky Mesonet site. 51 there with winds, again, out of the north. Look at the gradient, 48 in Williamstown, 64 in London, 67 in Manchester, and look at the difference in temperatures compared to this time yesterday when we were hugging the 80-degree mark. Back to the northwest, not overly chilly. In fact, temperatures actually at or slightly above average, so it'll be chilly to cool tomorrow morning. This evening, not bad, other than just still having to deal with some of that leftover drizzle. We clear it out. We get back into some sunshine tomorrow, and actually pretty decent weekend ahead. I'll tell you more about that in your 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Gee, thank you. Well, now to the latest on the violence on New York City's subway system. A man is fighting for his life right now after police tell us he provoked another man on a train and was then shot with his own gun. ABC's Morgan Norwood shows us the cell phone video.
This morning, harrowing cell phone video capturing rush hour mayhem as gunfire rang out in the New York City subway. Terrified passengers ducking for cover Thursday evening, huddled together, screaming in horror in this crowded downtown Brooklyn station.
Close the door! Close the door!
As I'm coming out, you hear pops, like 3 or 4 shots, pop, pop, pop. Then the doors open. Everybody come flying out.
Police say chaos erupted around 5 p.m. after a fight on a train car. Passengers seen here trying to break up the situation, but the altercation only escalating.
He then took that firearm, started walking toward the 32-year-old who was on the train, yelling at him, walking toward him in a menacing way.
The 32-year-old man grabbing the weapon, shooting his attacker in the head.
Shots fired in transit, active shooter, 10-10 shots fired in transit.
This video showing the wounded man taken away on a stretcher, rushed to a nearby hospital in critical condition.
And within just seconds, officers flooding into this station, arresting a suspect. But this terrifying incident coming just days after Governor Kathy Hochul sent the National Guard into the subway system to patrol amid a 13% increase in subway crime so far this year. Ariel Reshef, ABC News, New York.
Meanwhile, here in Kentucky, a traffic alert for drivers in downtown Lexington this weekend. Lexington police reminding drivers the Girls Sweet 16 tournament semifinals continue tomorrow with championship games. Also happening downtown, the Shamrock Shuffle 3K and the St. Patrick's Day Parade and Irish Festival. The Shamrock Shuffle starts at 8:30 in the morning. The parade starts at 1 tomorrow afternoon. Police say anyone traveling to the events or in the area should allow plenty of extra time to get to their destination.
Well, UK football running back Ray Davis meeting with fans today in Lexington. Davis will be at the Don Franklin Nissan dealership on Richmond Road as a thank you to Big Blue Nation before his send-off after his senior year. Now he's holding a meet and greet with fans until 6 o'clock tonight. Listen here.
Coming back to Lexington was just something I wanted to do to kind of just, give praise and thanks for, opening their arms and, allowing the kid to come in and just make a name for himself. And, they embraced me with open arms from the day I got here. And I always want to just give back to the community that gave so much to me.
Well, Don Franklin Nissan says free T-shirts are being handed to the first 200 fans at today's meet and greet.
Oh, certainly a fan favorite here in Lexington. Wishing the best for him.